Welcome back. So, if you've been following our recent explainers, you know we've been tackling the heavy hitters, Django, Flask, and of course FastAPI. But, throughout that FastAPI explainer specifically, we kept hinting at this lightweight underlying engine powering the whole shebang. Which kind of begs the question, right? What is actually under the hood of FastAPI? What is doing all that heavy lifting to make it just so incredibly fast? Well, today, we are literally opening up the engine block.
We are going to completely demystify Starlette and ASGI. Starlette is the lightweight architecture that essentially gives FastAPI its foundation. By the end of our time together today, you're going to understand exactly how this engine works, why asynchronous programming is totally revolutionizing modern web apps, and exactly how Starlette fits into the tools you're probably already using.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, we're peeling back FastAPI. Then we'll get into understanding async and ASGI. After that, we're building with Starlette, exploring the power of WebSockets, and finally, doing a head-to-head of Starlette versus FastAPI.
All right, Section 1. Peeling back FastAPI and uncovering the foundation.
So let's lift the hood on this modern web architecture. Whenever you're writing a FastAPI application, you're actually utilizing a massive amount of functionality from another, much simpler framework called Starlette. Starlette is this minimal, lean, lightning-fast ASGI framework. Just to put it into perspective, its core codebase is a tiny fraction of the size of traditional monoliths like Django. But, and here's the really fascinating part, it doesn't just exist to power FastAPI. You can absolutely use it entirely on its own to build insanely fast async web apps and microservices. It's purposely designed to be considerably smaller and much more minimal in scope, giving you exactly the core tools you need with absolutely none of the bloat. Moving on to Section 2, Understanding Async and ASGI, Upgrading the Web Standard. To really grasp what Starlette does, we have to talk about the actual physics of modern Python servers and unpack a crucial acronym, ASGI. That stands for Asynchronous Server Gateway Interface. Think of it as a standardized rulebook for how a Python web app talks to a web server. Now, for years, the Python world relied on an older standard called WSGI. That's what your classic Django and Flask apps were built around. But ASGI, it's a massive, massive upgrade because it natively supports asynchronous programming. It is an absolute paradigm shift for handling high volumes of traffic.
To see why this is a total game changer, imagine a waiter in a restaurant. In a traditional synchronous app, it's like a waiter taking your order, handing it to the chef, and then literally just standing there in the kitchen staring at the wall until your food is ready. When dealing with a slow database query or API call, the server process does the exact same thing. It just sits there completely idle. What a huge waste, right? But with asynchronous code, that same waiter productively switches gears. They're like, okay, while that food's cooking, let me go grab a drink order for table 5. This means one single server can juggle a massively larger number of simultaneous requests while using drastically fewer system resources. I mean, it's the very definition of working smarter, not harder.
All right, let's get into Section 3, Building the Starlette, the mechanics of async code.
We've got the theory down, but how does this actually translate into practice? Let's look at the mechanics of writing async code with Starlette. If you peek at Starlette code, it actually looks super similar to Flask, just standard route handlers. But here's the secret sauce, the async def and await keywords. Instead of the normal def, you use async def, which tags the function as something that can be safely paused. Then, when you hit a slow operation, like that database query we talked about, you literally just drop the await keyword right in front of it. That brilliantly tells Python, hey, it's safe to pause right here. Go free up the server to do other stuff and come back to this exact spot when the data is finally ready. Now, what's really interesting here is that despite being so stripped down, Starlette gives you all the core building blocks you actually require for modern web apps. You're getting routing, request and response handling, middleware, background task management, and full native WebSocket support. You aren't sacrificing the essentials just to get a lightweight framework. Let's zoom in on one of those pieces for a second, middleware. If you've messed around with Django or Flask, you'll feel right at home. Basically, middleware is just code that runs on every single incoming request, either right before or right after your specific route handler kicks in. It's absolutely perfect for those repetitive app-wide tasks. We're talking about logging incoming traffic, setting up security rules like CORS, cross-origin resource sharing, or measuring precisely how long a request takes to complete. Another super cool feature is background task management. Imagine someone signs up on your site. You need to shoot them a confirmation email, but, sending emails can lag for a couple of seconds. Instead of making your new user just sit there staring at a spinning loading wheel, Starlette lets you immediately fire a success response back to the client, and then seamlessly run that scheduled email task in the background. The user gets a snappy, lightning-fast experience, and the email still goes out. Win-win.
Which brings us to Section 4, the power of WebSockets, persistent two-way communication. This is honestly one of Starlette's coolest party tricks, and it represents a completely different communication pattern from everything we've covered in our web development explainer so far. Let's talk WebSockets. In standard HTTP, the relationship is strictly transactional, right? One request sent, one corresponding response received, and boom, the connection closes. But WebSockets throw that out the window. They establish a persistent, continuously open connection. It's a two-way street where the client and the server can just freely fire messages back and forth at any given time without having to constantly open brand new requests.
And this makes WebSockets the absolute, undisputed champion for real-time applications. Whether you're building a live chat room, a continuously updating data dashboard for crypto or stocks, or even just a simple real-time notification service, standard HTTP is just too clunky for that constant data flow. Starlette gives you incredibly clean, straightforward, native WebSocket support right out of the box. It is a total powerhouse for exactly these kinds of scenarios.
Finally, Section 5, Starlette versus FastAPI, and choosing the right tool. This is probably the single most important overall takeaway from this entire explainer. When do you use Starlette, and when do you reach for FastAPI? Well, look at how they relate here. You'll notice FastAPI inherits all of Starlette's routing, its async handling, and its WebSockets. Literally, every time you write an async route in FastAPI, you're actually using Starlette underneath. But FastAPI purposely adds complex layers on top of that, things like automatic data validation, auto-generated documentation, and dependency injection. Starlette doesn't have those bells and whistles, but it does have the pure, blistering fast async engine.
So what does this actually mean for you? Well, if you're building a project that simply doesn't need FastAPI's heavy data validation or complex API structuring, you should definitely consider using Starlette directly. If you just need a minimal microservice or a highly focused real-time WebSocket service, Starlette hands you the keys to full async power, but with a massively reduced dependency footprint. It is lean, mean, and incredibly efficient.
To wrap this all up, remember this key thought. Whether you're importing it directly for a tiny microservice or it's humming under the hood of a massive FastAPI enterprise project, Starlette's lightweight ASGI architecture is the ultimate driver of modern Python web performance. It genuinely is the fundamental core building block pushing the whole ecosystem forward.
But hold on a second. We've got this incredible asynchronous engine handling our backend data and routing now, right? But what if we actually need to render visual HTML pages for the user? How do we build those visual templates? Well, that provocative little question leads us straight into our next explainer, where we're going to dive into Jinja 2, the powerful templating engine that natively drives Flask. You definitely want to make sure you're subscribed because we have a lot more of these packages to explore together. Thanks so much for joining me to lift the hood on Starlette today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.